What are you doing?
Hmm?
What are you doing?
Me? Just hanging around.
Only problem is I fried my brain since then, man. I have abused drugs and alcohol for the past 30 years, man. I'm a drug and alcohol lover, and I cannot remember for the life of me or the life of my only child the answer to your question, what time is it?
What time was it when you confronted the intruder? About midnight.
I think the legend has been homesick.
That makes me the superhero.
You're doing is you're putting yourself in a box, a perceptual box. Because if you go beyond the box into the infinity of possibility and insight, you're very quickly going to leave the box, whatever you call yourself. And most people don't want to do that, and most people rigidly believe what they think religiously anyway.
Hey, greetings.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Ah, yes.
What's going on, man?
What's going on, brother?
Just a little fun intro.
I loved it.
Wow, a little bit. Was it fun?
It was great, mate. Great stuff.
Right. Oh, I haven't worked on my. I'm working on my accent. I'm going to do the villain. I want to do an Eastern European villain.
Oh, damn.
I haven't practiced, bro.
Oh man, we could save it.
All right, I gotta practice and be ready. Like, you know. Yo, I want to read a comment from last week on Trey.
I would love to hear it.
And I think maybe we'll do this. We'll read the coolest comments from the previous show.
That's a good idea.
I'm going to increase this so you guys can see it. This is from Real One Dawi. Hold on. I don't know if you got, I'm going to try and make it larger. I don't know. That might be the largest we have, but I'm going to read this. And so we will start reading the best comments from the previous week. Great conversation. This past summer, went to visit my mom. I feel like you should say me mom.
Me mom,
who is fully aware that this world is whack and fake. My brother, who doesn't research or try to find any truth of anything, asked me if I was still living in the made-up conspiracy world. I laughed at him and told him that his world revolves around what everyone else tells him it is. I, however, live in a truth knowing everything around me, and what has been fed to me is mostly a made-up lie sprinkled with a little nugget of truth here and there. I did the experiment with my mom and brother, having them talk within their head, and that you are talking, hearing, and even seeing without using your physical body parts for talking, hearing, and seeing. My mom, totally got it, and my brother cannot do it nor understand what I was saying. Truth. He is an NPC.
Oh.
So, oh, and by the way, folks, hit the like. My daughter's future depends on it. Okay.
For real.
So basically, this is my summation of that. Basically, her mom is cool. Her brother is directly off the person factory assembly line.
It happens.
It happens. He just got molded. He's next. And, zzz, 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 like bolts next.
Yeah.
And but her mom can't always speak out because she may have to depend on others to protect her, which is why a lot of women can tolerate peeps that they may not like, since men tend to go off to war, hunt, explore, and the women of the group will have to stay behind and look out for each other. A man may head out, have a good morning on his ship, has to go to a land and pick coconuts and take them to another place and sell those coconuts, then come home 9 months later. Before he left, they had bedroom fun. So he leaves while his child, hopefully a son, is growing up, growing in the mom. He returns just in time for the birth. He gets a child without the headache, and she gets money, gifts, and security from his endeavors. He chose real danger to earn for the women and coming child rather than dealing with all of the hormones of pregnancy. The women looked out for each other, and everyone lives happily ever after. All that to say, if you want the human species to continue and you want my daughter to not get wrecked by roving bands of maniacs, religious cults, foreign armies, and perhaps cryptids, then simply press the like button and leave an amazing comment. If you're so moved to do so. And maybe we'll start reading these comments the next week, the cool one. We'll pick the coolest one.
And yeah, that was moving.
I'm sorry, say that again?
That was moving.
Dude, and share it with your dad who's divorced and dating a model, even though she cheats on him while at work and spends his retirement, 401k, and Social Security, but he pretends it doesn't bother him because she's hot. All that to say is share with all the divorced dads out there. And yeah, so like, subscribe, and share is basically the message.
100%. Oh, there's Dawei now in the chat.
Nice. Yo, totally NPC, right? I mean, man, what can you do, dude? It's
Can't really do anything about it.
Can't do anything about it, dude. There are actual NPCs, and that's an interesting test. Yeah. Oh, dude, should we put it out to the people to make us a new background since you hate the current one so much?
Yeah, if someone wants to make us one, that'd be great. I like the black screen too. I'm fine with black. For some reason, that blue, that electric computer blue is getting to me.
Or maybe, yeah, maybe.
But if someone wants to make one, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I do need just I like the black too, but I want something where it's just a default kind of thing.
No, it is good that you have like an image you could use, so you don't have to always make
just something.
Yeah. No, that's smart because it's a pain in the ass to make a thumbnail every time you do especially if you're just doing an audio live.
Yeah. So I also wrote something down here. What did I write? I don't even know what I wrote, but I'm going to read it anyway and see what it says.
Let's hear it.
Oh, okay. I get it. I know why I wrote this. What are your absolute die as in the casting process that you anchor your mental mansion to? Are they to be analyzed and scrutinized, or would that be considered compartmentalized blasphemy? And what if said thought anchors get rug pulled? Is that something you're willing to flow with? What beliefs are no-go zones for validating the source? How do you validate a source? So I wrote that down.
That's really in depth. What's your answer for that?
I mean, nothing's off the table to get scrutinized and questioned and confirmed and validated, especially original thoughts, the origins of thoughts, especially because I don't want to live in a delusion. I don't want to live in a self-delusion. And identifying those thought anchors and which ones are from source, me being the source, and even external sources, if I can, as opposed to external parasited, psyopy stuff. I look at it, I flesh it out. Nothing's off the table, and and it's an ongoing thing. It's not like a one-time thing.
Yeah, I would say
I'm definitely rambling.
I would say like the anchor should be basically like those deepest of like moral memories, almost like like things that when you go to the furthest back point in your own existence and reflect on right and wrong, almost like what you can identify as being part of like just a feeling of I guess natural law in a way, because there has to be like a foundation of anchors.
Does there though?
Well, eventually, I would think so, because if not, then you'd have nothing to like anchor your memory to, and then your identity would just be shit. You know what I mean?
I think what you're saying is natural, and that also can be manipulated because it is natural, and you can be provided anchors, mental thought anchors with your identity that may not be of your own and may be.
Yeah, well, I think, and then you even have to question those. But then you do have to eventually place like certain anchors, I think, for yourself, maybe.
Maybe
that makes sense.
Probably the makeup of this realm in that way.
Because it always brings me back to that idea from Lost that I always bring up, where like Desmond used like his wife as the anchor to bring him back from the what were they in, like the purgatory everyone was in, that he was going back and forth to.
The problem with this, Chris, is what's cope and what is not. And also, if you were to question Desmond, he would probably get upset.
Well, Desmond in Lost was the only one who could remember who he was, like in the real world. So like he'd be walking around everyone, and they had no memory of anything that happened. They didn't even know who he was. Like they didn't know anyone. They couldn't recognize even themselves. And he was waking people up. But the only reason he was able to do that was because he had like one anchor in the real world, which was the woman he loved, which was his wife Penny.
Now, okay, so when you're talking about in that
I mean, it's a mythos, obviously, the show.
no, so having those anchors, was that bad if in reference to trying to move on and go to another?
See, now in the show, the only reason they were able to move on is once they remembered who they were and accepted all the things that happened to them. So he was also the only reason everyone on that show was able to wake up at the end in that church and move on to what was coming next. Because until they remembered and accepted what happened to them, they were stuck in that purgatory. Kind of like NPCs.
Right. Yeah, I do see when I'm dealing with others, there are obvious. I mean, like Dawei's brother. He has heavy anchors. It really, in my opinion, using this analogy of anchors and things is, I think flowing is better. And things change. So memories.
What's also weird, because if you think about the way, especially people who we consider NPCs act, their memory sucks. It's like they have no memory.
Oh, that's true. Like of a goldfish.
Yeah, I think they can't remember what happened
They can't even
3 days
pattern
ago.
recognize.
Yeah, there's
they can't
nothing
even-
there.
Yeah, they can't pattern recognize because they don't remember the previous patterns.
Yeah,
So
so
they can't
there's
zoom out and see the way the tide is shifting.
yeah, so there's a weird like balance with that. And it's like a weird way. It's hard to.
Maybe I started this. Maybe I started us on the wrong path with its own parameters involved and inside.
I would
of
say
it.
belief is probably a better word to use than even an anchor at that point.
Yeah, but I also like the word belief. Be the leaf in reference to I like the Bach saga. As far as belief, you know that, right?
And then you get other people who will like break the word into be the lie.
Yeah, which is not. I see it as leaf.
Yeah.
Be the leaf. I mean, those that don't know the Bach saga and the family tree, I'll make it fast. When someone passes, they would burn their bodies to ash, right? And ash is like the driest thing in the realm of moisture. So they would put the ash of their loved ones in a bull sack, right? And they would bury it next to the family tree. The oak tree is the way they say. So then the oak tree would take in that essence through the sap and send the sap out to the branches and then out to the leaves. And then the sun would, hit the leaves and then the essence of the person would go kind of up to the sun with the leaf and continue continue their journey. So be the leaf is the part of that. I probably butchered that story, but I was trying to give the short version.
Now, how do people connect that to believe the word?
Be the leaf.
Aside from that, though, aside from just is there any more? Is there any connection in the story closer to the actual definition or no? Like our definition.
It's one of those. It's an actual practice, one, and so it's up to the observer to take whatever. It's like a parable. And you take however you take it, however you want to take it.
Right. There is an aspect of belief to the whole
the family
ritual.
tree. So the family tree. That's the family tree because you buried all your loved ones. And that family tree literally has the essence of your entire family.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So be the leaf. So I think the word came from that because that's an actual story, not made up. So yeah, be the leaf. So belief has a little. I see it as a very positive, beautiful word. And I've already told you guys I like the word morning. Like I spoke when you're shipping out. Like I just spoke earlier. A good morning is a ship reference. You're mooring, good good tidings, right? Have a good tide. In the morning is when the tide is, and you want to catch that tide. Have a good morning. Is not mourning of death, right? It's also why I love the word crypt. That's why you get encryption, and crypts hold secrets. It's not just a place of death. There's information there that's hidden and encoded, encrypted. And if you have the right keys to decrypt the code, then you could receive that treasure. So it's not just about death and scary and that. Like that's what the narrative to keep you away from these becoming your grimoire, a programmer, in my opinion.
It's weird that they have the word belief. Etymologically, they have it coming from. First, it goes back to Old English, gay leafa, Geleafa, and then Gay, basically Middle Dutch. Gay love is Gelove. Then Gelubo, High German. It's Giloubo, almost like globe, which is interesting.
Yeah. Well, I don't believe any of that. That for me, etymology and stuff is more than takes time, and actually, it changes for me as I go.
Yeah, no, the globe thing I just found interesting, like being in there. But there is the Leafa, which they connect to faith. So definitely interesting.
Yeah. So this goes back to questioning everything, right? And thinking, lie. But it's like, for me, if you're walking around and then people listen to that, Chris, and go, oh, he's so deep. He said lie. Oh. And it's like, wow, how easily impressed are these people out here? There's levels to this, and it actually takes more time to unwrap all the spells, and and this is my grimoire I'm sharing. So other people's grimoire might be different, but I think it's funny how easily impressed people are with these so-called gurus out here.
People get real impressed, man. I was just watching something for a few minutes the other day with some young guy who I've been hearing people talk about in a few different random videos. His name's like Darius something. He does, like, I guess he astral projects, but they were treating him like he was like a freaking messiah or something. It was so weird, man. It was the weirdest thing I've seen in a long time.
Was it mostly chicks or was it dudes too?
It was like everyone in the comments, and then even in another video talking, like referring to him as like an authority on, like, it was like an older person referring to and I was like, I wonder who this Darius guy is. And then he popped up on a video and he's like our age or younger.
Yeah, I don't want to call anyone out, but there's some cats out there that have a bit of a following and they can do no wrong. And in fact, with their predictions and their technical analysis and their decodes, they're wrong all the time, but they'll never admit it nor have accountability. I think when I was referencing some of those thought things and what's blasphemy and what those anchors and rooms in your mental mansion that just don't open those, I think it's more accountability is one, self-reflection and going, I was incorrect. Let me adjust course instead of staying in this delusion.
In the deluge.
So let me play this guy, a little clip from this dude, short clip. I was doing my homework before the show, but I just like this little snippet.
Yeah, buddy. Ken Wheeler.
Yeah, I used to watch him. I didn't know his name. I forgot his. I used to watch him years ago. He's been around a long time.
Oh, he's been around forever. Ken's a good guy. I've talked to him maybe once or twice. I don't even know if it was through email or via comment section, like quickly, where it was in his live streams. He's always cool.
Yeah, I used to watch him and listen to him, but then I go through my my moods and I start unsubscribing, like mass unsubscribing from everyone. And there's some people that get caught in the crossfire in my personal thing. I have my dudes, bro. And for anyone out there, and I'm not here to everyone gets it, and I mean by everyone, there's no holy cows here, but to the ladies who you hear, probably not the ladies here, but generally speaking, they'll talk about, oh, I'm emotionally intelligent or whatever. And it's like, no. When I think of emotional intelligence, I think the best course is like Stoics. Stoics are emotionally intelligent. They do what I was saying, Chris, how you take a thought and you identify it and you go, is this from a source? Is it from external? Is it a good thought, bad thought? Identifying it. Yeah. And then that's where you have your emotional intelligence and not acting on emotions. So to the ladies out there that go, I'm so being controlled by your emotions is the opposite of being the inversions of emotional intelligence. And again, I'm not trying to beat up on chicks. I'm just, again, there's no sacred cows here.
100%.
But let me play this dude here for like 30 seconds.
Tell people the best thing to do is to be a truth seeker. State the facts. Whether people like you for it or don't like you for it, it doesn't make any difference. To be a truth seeker means if you're proven right, it means you're on the right path. If you're proven wrong and you're corrected, then you've also been put on the right path. You should never be interested in your beliefs. Seek out what's reasonable and rational and true. So if you're a genuine truth seeker, being proven right or be proven wrong has the exact same conclusion, which means you're correctly on the path or you've been corrected onto the right path. And people don't seem to get this. There's no such thing as truth by consensus. And this is the reason why, the GOVT, the gov,
Get 'em.
is the definition of evil. I mean, you can, and
so that's it. And it's another thing he meant, there's no such thing as truth by consensus. And we've talked about that before. Even the thing is, like, to Dawei's brother, I'm not even talking to him and people like him. They're already gone. We already know that. We don't have to. I always like to be it's mainly a lot of people in these so-called high-minded esoteric communities that really I focus a lot of this type of stuff on.
Yeah.
Because they, in my opinion, they're in the realm of should be knowing better. And I'm not absolutely never expecting perfection. I come here flawed. You know what I mean? So I'm not all I want is intellectual and spiritual and emotional integrity. That's all.
It's a hard thing to come by, man.
That's funny. So basically, I'm more insightful than Ken Wheeler is, or at least we're on the same. It's not that it's a competition. I'm just saying.
Yeah, buddy, you and Ken, man. Two peas in a pod. I love Ken, though. Ken's chill, though.
No, he's cool, man.
He's freaking smart as shit.
I resubbed to his thing. But yeah.
To me, he still has like the only correct model of
what?
Of like at least the model of physics that people should be following. Like he has the closest thing to what seems correct of how everything comes from, like basically like light, sound, and just the way he has it. He has this whole dielectric model set up. It seems to be correct.
Oh, well, that's another thing. And that's even that truth by consensus. And that's the academia, you're in a box and you're only going to parrot. You're going to be a parrot.
Which he hates. Like,
you're just going to go, I went to Harvard and this is what we taught. It's like, hey, guess what, man? What if everything you learned in Harvard or whatever, insert the highest credential thing you could think of, what if it's all incorrect? Can you handle that? And that's where we go back to those thought anchors, Chris. But again, we already know that we don't have to. Everyone here already gets that.
Yeah.
Your credentials mean nothing to me. Are you able to, logic or whatever you want to call it? And for me, like, I'm very like I get real into the weird. I'm about syncs. Like for me, logic also includes, the young buck that I saw the other day outside. It was like 10 feet from me. Listen, small horns. Like to me, that's included in my logic. I'm like, hey, that checks out. You know what I mean? Like, or these birds.
The bucks are everywhere, man. The birds are everywhere too.
Yeah, so I'm like, that's part of my data. You know what I mean? So I don't want anyone to think that I'm strictly by the book. I'm absolutely not by the book. I'm just trying to learn this realm and So I say that because like physics is one of those things that is almost completely wrong in my opinion.
Well, yeah, I mean, Ken's model of physics is not one that you're gonna find in a book or school.
Great.
It's pretty much like more like a. I guess it would be closer. I mean, I'm sure you've heard versions of what he describes, but I think he seems to get magnetism and electricity more than like it makes sense to me. And
Attraction.
it comes basically out of like an ether-based model of things. Like there has to be. It's all field theory, really.
I'm about that. You know, we're all about ether and torus fields and.
Yeah, and it's weird how it's because once you like kind of see the logic behind it, it's so weird to see how these mainstream scientists, or at least the ones that aren't under NDAs working for people like Lockheed Martin and stuff, live in such denial of something that seems so much simpler than it has to be.
You know, I'm a symbol man, and something as ridiculous, and let's not get into it because it's already been fleshed out as ridiculous, is like mass equal, you know, the size of the mass equals the
what equals MC squared.
It's like, oh, because it's bigger or smaller, it has a larger or lesser pull. That's not scalable. You can't test that to scale. Can we test it? Yeah, we can test it. The thing is, we just need a lab the size of a galaxy, and we just need the parts to be the size of planets. Anything smaller than that, we can't really test it to scale. Oh, really? Well, then I'm no, you know, physicist, but sounds like I know BS when I hear it. You know what I mean?
And one thing I learned from Ken was that there's no real constant speed of light. Like that's it's nonsense, really. I mean, there's constants at different pressures and temperatures, but the speed of light will change. So like there goes that whole equation basically.
I mean, that's when it comes to speed of light, I sit on the sidelines. I definitely don't listen to the authoritative message. I'm
pretty sure he was able to prove it with just like the way a laser will come out of like when you shine into a glass and a glass of water. It's either a glass or it has to be a glass of water. Like it actually reflects out at a faster speed than it goes in, which doesn't make any sense.
That's cymatics. And bro, you know, I've been questioning things, Chris, with the cymatics and the vibe, high vibe, low versus low vibe, and what's better, what's worse. That's been
No, yeah, I know people hate that. They hate that, but I mean, even that's what what's his name was talking about in those videos. Look out for Charlie, which he's right. You're right. He's right.
Yeah.
Like you don't
high
want
vibe isn't good. High vibe
super high frequency is unhealthy as hell.
It vibrates. It's if you're not grounded, it's anxious. It's you know, like, you know, imagine yourself. I'm high vibe.
It's frantic, man.
When you sleep, your vibe is low. When you meditate, your vibe is low. Ultra low frequencies like dolphins and whales.
Well, ultra low is even bad. You want to be like 7 hertz.
Well, there's
like
always a sweet spot. Yeah, there's always
like you want to be like in resonance with natural frequencies. Because even ultra low and ultra high, you're gonna get pain, basically.
Yeah, you're gonna pop like your shock. Like I was saying, don't pop a shock refuse, y'all. But the thing is, Chris, those people that have problems with what I'm saying, inverting what it is everyone has always thought, and if you boil down the source, like I was talking about earlier, chances are all these branches all stem from the same source of this data, right? That new agey stuff. So they're all just reciting or resuscitating or whatever, parroting data that they're regurgitating stuff that they read. And it's like, okay, I know about high vibe. I know too. Like who does? Anyone? You look into all that psychobabble, that hippie new age psychobabble. You're not giving me any original. This isn't even a discourse. How about I skip you and go to the source that you got it from, because you're not providing any new anything new to chew on. No sustenance, food for thought to chew on. You're reciting things as if, and you just have a feather academic, you know, you're at the occult water cooler with this is a feather on my. It's like, yeah, well, that everyone knows that. But what if I told you it was all inverted? High vibe and high frequency is not actually good when you look at it in nature and things. Now, when you look at things resonance, like cymatics is beautiful thing. The problem is when you get the physical, when you get to like the physical thing. I love the shapes and all that of all the different frequencies. I love cymatics. The wandering stars above us is lights in water, luminary cymatics. In the wandering luminaries, right? That's all cymatics in my opinion, because you can observe it through a telescope. Looks just like that putting light through a glass of water. You were saying they resemble the same. So you can recreate that, and so for me it checks out. So, but when you find something like I love the experiment with a wine glass, and you slow it down and you get that right frequency. It doesn't just shatter, you slow it down, it wobbles, and then it reaches its resonant frequency, and then it bursts. Yeah. That's where you get all that fascia, and I'll be quiet. That's where you get all that fascia, the sticks together. Those are sound weapons, and can melt. You get the resonant frequency. Walls of Jericho, walking around singing like they're a marching band. Yep. Those are warriors. Those are hitting the walls, and then the walls melt because they, like the wine glass, they start to wobble and they reach their resonant frequency. So you can weaponize this. So it's not high vibe great, low vibe bad. And I've been known to say low vibe as a placeholder for not cool stuff. And now I've switched gears. I've changed. I've adapted in my grimoire. Go ahead, Chris.
And it's obviously never as simple as just high, low. I mean, there's various ways frequency affects people when they're combined, when there's two different frequencies, and it's like the difference between the frequencies of ultra high, ultra low. So there's obviously going to be nuance here, but I think that's the point. Like, that's the point you're making, is it's a nuanced thing. It's not just
it is very
raise your frequency, bruh.
I'm not gonna walk around telling everybody, yo, keep it low vibe, dog. Like, and maybe that's still because I'm still conditioned. I'm gonna be like, yo, low vibe, y'all. Like, I'm gonna keep it high. Hey, good vibes. I think it's not high vibes. Good. Vibes.
I think that's a better generalization.
Yeah. We want good vibes. What's good? What vibe is good? Whatever vibe is good, that's what I'm saying. Good vibes.
Yeah.
At the time.
Exactly. And I would argue that's probably vibes that are closer to the vibrations and frequencies that are natural from the biosphere that we live in. They're not synthetic, not machine-based.
Yeah, I mean, again, Chris, another Ronin experience. We just literally figured it all out just now in our convo, right? Just now. We figure out, and the entire realm's mysteries, this is our stories. We're just now.
Yeah, buddy.
You're welcome. Oh, okay. So you're welcome. We just figured it out, Chris. Like, for real.
I mean, I hope people are appreciative. Yes.
Hold on, I got another one. Where's my other gong? Oh, I had another gong sound. Wait a second. It might be. It's not this one. That's what I think. What most people? I can't even find it.
I'm jealous. You got a soundboard going.
I'm working on it. Hold on. Let me see.
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
we just changed the entire realm, bro. And for all the other people out there, hold on. I got this. That's for all the other people out there. Intense applause. What's this button? Yeah.
Yes.
And for all those that depend on the consensus of truth, here's this.
Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? Huh?
All right, so I got it out of my system. Oh wait. Where'd she go? Here she is.
How dare you?
Oh man,
How dare you?
She's one of our faves.
Okay, so I got a quick vid. Switch gears because we just literally solved the makeup of like
the whole realm. So I mean,
the entire realm. So your intuition and your tuition. Just make sure send your checks to what?
P.O. Box.
P.O. Box. All right, now check this out. I'm bringing this up for an example. This dude has like 500,000 subscribers on YouTube, right?
He's a star.
And Sam Tripoli, I checked before, real quick. Sam Tripoli YouTube has like 150K and some change. Now, these people who they think they know things about things. Let me just let you. He doesn't even know who Sam Tripoli is, but he has to play him. But here, check this out. Here we go.
I don't know much about this guy, this Sam Tripoli guy. I'm going to play you a clip from him being on Joe Rogan.
The disrespect,
that quite crazy. I don't know much about him. So if it's someone I should be looking into, you guys let me know in the comment section. But I thought this clip was great.
We're in the Bolshevik war right now, bro. And right now what's coming up is all the pride stuff is going to be, okay, so I had this woman come on my podcast. Her name's Mel K. She goes, I've been talking to some people in the intelligence, and they go, this gay pride stuff is going away. And the next thing you're going to see are immigration riots. This is going to be right around the next election. So hand to God, we do this episode. Next day, Starbucks is like, we're banning all the pride stuff. And now you start seeing they're putting little breadcrumbs out, man. Little breadcrumbs. Oh, I saw this one thing in Chicago. Oh, yeah, illegal immigrants are upset about where they're staying. And these illegal immigrants who speak no English are holding up perfectly written English signs saying we're tired of how we're being treated. And now you're starting to see this over and over again. Eric, so everyone's always like when all these Republican governors are like sending these immigrants all over the country, everyone's like, yeah, you're showing those Democrats, bro.
Not a good idea.
They're moving assets. I know it sounds crazy, but that is 100%. What do you mean
they're moving assets? What do you
mean?
mean?
Dude, these guys coming into the country, bro, have you seen them? A lot of them are Chinese, and a lot of them are military age people. Too. And I'm telling you, they're moving. And this is what's going to be right around 2024 election. Immigration riots, people going nuts. And as listen to this, and you'll start seeing all the little breadcrumbs. I'm telling you, that's what they want you to think.
You're buying it.
Oh, I thought
they're
moving assets, bro.
You're the puppet.
They're moving assets.
So you get it.
Yeah. Right. This guy, and when was this video from? The one with the other guy, the original guy?
Like a couple days ago.
Jeez. Got a lot of followers.
Like 4 days ago.
Oh, he's the basic conservative, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you put yourself in the camp and you get a lot of people following you.
Oh, yeah. You can, man, again, like if any of us, we could be dangerous. Because we also get into this stuff too. So,
dude, you know how dangerous I could be, man. I could have a fucking.
But
I could have a discipleship under me if I really was. Bro. I was insane.
We've seen this stuff. Even if you just have your tinfoil, you're just a conspiracy person. This is none of this. It's the Hegelian dialectic, and these people out on YouTube's and some of the stuff out here, they think they know stuff, Chris.
I know. It's upsetting.
Now I'm not even talking about the esoteric people now. I'm talking about these kind of, they're not normies, but they're kind of normies, and they're kind of catching up to the
They're like the normie fringe.
They're like the normie fringe. Yeah, they're in the normie box, but they're banging on the on the outside of the box, but it's the arrogance of not knowing their own ignorance. And I think that goes back to the accountability introspection thing of, am I ignorant? Am I ignoring things that are the signs and symbols and etc.? But with that, Chris, we also look into this type of stuff. New findings in the homie alien carving.
Shit, for a second.
I'm gonna kill the sound.
For a second, I was like, "What is this? What is this wooden duck we're looking at?" And I realized it was alien carving stuff.
Yeah, and it's not wood, bro.
No, I know. I noticed now.
And
it's not a duck either. Obviously, it looks like a snake. A snake coming out of it's a tongue snake coming out of a mask of some sort of head.
Elongated skulls. You see this in Hollywood too. This is these cats. Look at that. And again, we had the homie alien carvings on here, and we rock with real powerful cats. Dustin was a friend of his. And Dustin, by the way, has been crushing with the financials. Don't let me get started on the financials. And don't let me get started on financials and your brain anchor, your thought anchors. If you are emotionally tied to the financial stuff, crypto, precious metals, whatever, fiat, you're done. And we've been out, and you already know this, Chris, for months now. We saw the weakness in October and made a move in November. And a lot of cats out there still are out there telling you. And again, these crypto people have tens of thousands of people that watch their stuff, and they're being told, "Oh, it's about to go." It's like, nah, yo, look at the financials today. So me and Dustin are out here laughing, and so grateful and no stress that we saw this coming based on data. And then we deal with this homie alien carvings, who is digging this stuff out of the ground. And then so this makes me think of the elongated heads and all that.
Mm-hmm.
They were another, and it makes me think of the moon-eyed people. It makes me think of all these other legends that these were a previous humanoid.
Something. There's something.
Yeah,
there's something with these elongated skull freaks.
And from what I could tell, when like humans came around, it wasn't kumbaya, yo. It was battles on battles.
And I mean, and the Greys they're the Greys, at least. I don't know if I'm sure there's a bunch of different things going on here with the elongated skulls, but they're in my theory of many things I'm working on, and I'm gonna start presenting soon to you guys. To you, especially here. But just like discussing really with you guys, with you and Silas and Reagan, and just seeing what y'all think, because I'm trying to put it together, but it's going to take me a little bit. I mean, it's not totally anything that is going to be surprising, but it seems like you can make like a cyclic sort of timeline using humanity and natural biology and synthetic biology, and these Greys are mixed up in that.
Yeah.
Shoot.
No, but connecting all the dots takes time. Connecting all the dots takes time. It's like I love the image of Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. You have your thumbnails in the board with strings like a detective. And you have to connect all these dots, and it gets bigger and bigger. So I get trying to put together a coherent thought.
And this guy who got me, well, it's not really even the guy because he's dead now, but his work that someone else was describing.
Oh, you sound like Bill Gates. Well, he's dead now.
He died. I don't know how, but Nigel Kerner, and I'd heard of him before, but I just never really, we only have so much time to get into half these people's work, especially when it's on something like the Greys or aliens, et cetera, et cetera. But I heard this woman, Danielle Silverman, discussing his work, and it was getting me like amped up because some of the ideas then were resonating with me, probably even more because I didn't even realize I had one of this guy's books on my Audible, and I don't even know if I ever listened to the whole thing, but for some reason when I heard her discussing the ideas, they just resonated way more with me, and they resonated with a lot of stuff Nathaniel brings up, but then they also resonated with a lot of our like separate ideas that don't even attach to some of their ideas. So
I love that.
yeah, and there was I'm trying to see if I can find the PDF from the one book I have of his, because there's some interesting graphics that are in there, but it's almost like I don't even find them correct, but I find them as a nice starting point for things. Because he like acts like he's focusing on gray aliens, but really like he's more so trying to put forward like a theory of everything himself. Like it's like more of like a philosophical theory of how life evolves or de-evolves, like de-evolution or devolution, however you want to phrase it. It was more so how he saw things working. And I know you've mentioned that before, and I kind of see things that way too. But it seems like things de-evolve and then they go back, they flip. And by de-evolution, I'm not talking about long-term evolution. I'm talking about, like we de-evolve as a species into something less than what we are now, but still in the same form. It's like small little changes. We become less advanced in our thinking because we rely more on technology. Yeah, I mean, you see it in buildings, architecture.
That's the brutalist and the demoralization as opposed to the beautiful architecture back then, which had a purpose. The architecture had a purpose. It had a flow. There's a reason why arcs. There's a reason why it's called archaeology, and there's a reason why it's called archons. In my opinion, it's funny, Chris. I had a thought earlier today. I was like, if I was a student of archaeology, I would think it'd be the study of archons.
Yeah, right. For real.
Yeah. Dude, next time I meet anyone that talks archaeology, I'll be like, archons, am I right? The Gigi and all that. Should I Gilgamesh in them? No, yeah, man.
Let me see. I'm trying to see if I could bring up this.
And then the energy, I mean, just to go back to that old world, the technology that we see and the and I know you guys know this, and I'm not going to bore you with the stuff, but the makeup of the geopolymers or the granite that in the domes of all these amazing, incredible buildings of old world stuff. And now it's replaced with like Tetris, IKEA, brutalist archaeology. It's so gross. And again, for those that don't know, it's so strange. This is why I have a problem with these esoteric communities and people. I was talking to someone and I thought they were cool. And they were like, yeah, I had architecture in college. And they were like, yeah, the Greek style in the 1890s, it was just a fad. It was popular. People like the Greek archaeology of old, so they tried to replicate it. And and she believed it. And I was looking at her like, you believe that? They're telling it was merely a particular archaeology fad in time. I'm like, you don't know these towns that have 500 people total population built an incredible granite dome and it just happened to be this and that, and you think that, and the granite's from thousands of miles away and all that. They had just, are you what? You know what I mean? And you're a channeler and you're this or that. I'm like, yo, wow, dude. Yeah,
dude, it's wild how some people
talk about cognitive dissonance, holding two different things in there.
Yeah.
Oh, Hold on.
I found this. Yeah, I found this guy as the one PDF that came with the one book, and like it'll. There's some of the ideas. Just looking at it, I can actually now sort of expand a little bit on what I'm sort of talking about.
All right, let's go to your bit, but real quick. Hold on. Something's coming in. Hold on. Something's coming in. Stand by, guys. Stand by.
Did you hear that?
Hear what?
Listen. With your mouth open like this.
Excuse me?
Their horns are watching over us.
I'm sorry, who's watching this?
God's little angels.
Great movie. Great movie.
There was just a thing. What was the name of that movie? What movie was that?
Oh, it's Morgan Freeman's in it, and damn, what the hell's the name of it now? I can't remember. What did it? It didn't say it on the clip.
No.
Shoot.
Oh, but also what's funny, Chris, is I say all this stuff, but I'm also the one, and I told you the story, and I actually believe this. I told you the story of the legend of that dragon underneath the Minneapolis River Dam.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And if you look at, I haven't read. We can look at it later. But it's funny. I'm criticizing others, but also I'm also someone that believes in dragons that live in iron, in underground iron domes under rivers.
Oh, and by the way, not Morgan Freeman. That's what's the dude's name? It's Morpheus. Whatever the hell his name is, I can't remember his actual name.
John Wick.
The actor.
Oh
in that.
no. Oh, come on, dude. Hold on. Wait.
Why the hell can't I remember Morpheus?
Fishburne.
Yeah, he's in that movie.
Oh man, we're losing. Talking about
Jesus, I was like Morgan Freeman.
Bro, we're regressing. Talk about no memory, dude. Are you an NPC, Chris? I need to use the restroom. Do you want to just share with the people about the holographic?
Yeah, unless you want to play a clip while you go real fast.
No, just run it, and I'll try and listen and chime in. This is stuff that Raygun was sharing a little bit on some of that. The meta symbol and the Taurus. I think Raygun.
Yeah, the Mobius strip and whatnot. Yeah, no, Raygun. He has a lot of good stuff, like graphics and stuff.
Symbolism.
Simplified symbolism. Good. He has a lot of good information on this sort of stuff, but I just want to use it as like a jump point, just to sort of expand on what I was kind of getting at, because this is what got me thinking when I was hearing this woman describe the way this guy was sort of looking at the grays and whatnot, and he saw them as like a program that basically, as time got more chaotic and entropy sort of increased, or chaos increased, things became more synthetic. And what these programs and the synthetic do is they just constantly look for data. So it's interesting when you think about that, because then you're basically dealing with emotionless machines and then natural biology. And as you get further into the chaos, everything. Like ants. Yeah, everything becomes more of like this emotionless, just chaos. And see, my thing is, I think things cycle, but he would have it basically that we're dealing with like these things have been around forever and we're just kind of coexisting. But the longer we get, he would basically think there's going to be an end. Whereas like I would see it more flipping back on itself. And even just talking about it now, it's hard for me to really explain what I want to get at with it, but it's super wild.
So it reminds me of art, right? Art.
Yeah, the way art sort of developed.
Yeah, and just the importance or inimportance, depending on how you look at it, from a functional standpoint. Like we're talking about the architecture and stuff. I think there's a beautiful harmony where you can make art also functional based on that whole vibe and frequency jibber jabber we were talking about earlier. Now, if you're just straight, no, it's functional only, you can turn into definitely a colony, a honeycomb colony.
And see, what's going on with this too is like you have to, and I've even brought this up on other presentations, how you have to have these polarities and choice that exist from if you go from a consciousness-based model, and like it's consciousness splits, and I would have it more so split into 3 than 2, but he has it split into 2, like a negative and a positive, and that's how the consciousness sort of knows itself. But
so this is where that when you hear like some of the goofy math, it's like 1 + 1 = 3 if there's polarity.
well, because you're gonna have a middle, you're gonna have like a balance, and that's gonna be like that middle path, basically, that people always talk about, because there's gonna always be like 2 poles of extremes. But he has it as a duality
between fire and ice. Hey, Chris, I gotta finish it. Between fire and ice, the mist. That's why we're mystics over here. This is the mist, where real now don't there's safety in the mist, in the mystery. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So even the painting behind my shoulders shows the middle path between fire and ice. So yeah. That's what TRE has always been about. For those that don't know.
Yep. Yeah, it's almost like a fractal virus, like well, not virus, but a fractal disease that occurs.
Yeah, the nodes. So
and like
I don't know the nodes.
Like everything just becomes.
I tend to understand it. It's not all one. So last week, one thing it reminded me of last week, our talk on TRE last week was like, and the high and low vibe thing. Without that's, remember we were talking about how it's like, well, you need both to create motion and things. Otherwise, when you get net zero, it's a void. That's where you get the void. No negative, no positive, no high, no low, no swirling or whatever, feel cyclical things. It's a void. The void that cats talk about. So middle path and the void, yeah, man, I don't know.
Well, it's interesting because you have sort of that going on here, but he doesn't have it described that way. He has it like in weird divisions of the cone that go. See, and I think it works both ways. That's why I think it's more going to be like this eventually, like when I start getting into it. But it's also going to be a loop. Because he has going from one end of time towards the other, so there's an ultimate ending. And I don't really know if that's the way things work.
What's incredible is like, guys, I work on data centers and stuff. I'm a network engineer, and the fad has been, instead of building the hierarchy of a network vertical, it's been horizontal, and they literally call it a leaf. They call it not a branch and leaf. I forget the terminology, but it's popular in data centers now. Horizontal data as opposed to a vertical.
Really?
Yeah, it's funny. That is what you're describing in your vibe is manifested stuff in the real world. How to send packets.
That's interesting.
Data centers on a industrial scale.
Yeah. No, that's interesting.
That's with like Cisco and all them, like. So it's funny how the interwebs, it's.
See, and my problem with this guy's model is that he would have it almost like it's kind of like a Luciferic model where he, like in Steiner's view, where he would call him more Luciferic, this guy Nigel Kerner, and he would say there was a past version of man that was more spiritual, which I wouldn't disagree with this, but that's better, he would say, and that we need to get back to that, be less in our body, go back to this misty sort of spiritual form, and then reabsorb ourselves with the source consciousness. And I'm not about that, really. I think we come from that source, but then we divide into individualities that we're meant to eventually separate from that source as our own sources.
So is the Zoroastrianism the so-called oldest? That's where you get your Ahriman and all them. Was that quote unquote evil or whatever in your opinion? Zoroastrianism. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
Zoroastrianism or Zoroastrian.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? Is that what it was? I think.
Yeah.
I mean, there were just terms that Steiner took from that and put it into his model. I mean, Ahriman is like the evil, angry man in, I think, the Zoroastrian tradition. I hope I'm saying that right. But I don't think there was a Lucifer.
That's kind of like what you're saying, in the being connected in the Ethernet and
the Zoroastrianism.
That's also the hive mind,
exactly.
And it's kind of weird how do you? Okay, so if we're talking good vibes, we have good vibes, and I resonate with what Chris is saying. Are we trading one hive for another? Like maybe one hive sucks, and it's like the Matrix where you're plugged in and you're sitting there in pods like a battery, or is it also a different kind of hive mind where it's cool? Is it like, it's tough. Like if you're against hive mind, but then you're also like, our Taurus fields are resonating with each other across the ether. Is that not also a hive mind?
See, that's where I think like we have to find a way to make all of this sort of work together, because there is a sort of connection, like an etheric connection of a field that we all share. It's just not a.
It's called synchronicity.
It shouldn't be the end all be all of our personality. We shouldn't all be connected so deeply that we have no individuality.
The Borg.
Yeah, there's not a Borg. That's where people seem to get caught up.
Bro, that's another reason for the Ronin experience. We're strong and powerful and knowledgeable, but in the end of the day, we're still masterless individuals. We're powerful beings. Like, like I said, like on a how does that manifest itself? Let's say we all live in the same neighborhood. It's not that we're a collective. It's a voluntary collective of powerful, independent beings.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, and see, and this reminds me, he even has it to where, so these entities that are
fire brilliance that I just said, and also what you said. We're ghetto fire brilliance tonight, bro.
100%. But yeah, he even has it where these entities that are more synthetic, that he even has like a whole thing where they're trying to entrap the soul. And like I've been saying this forever, that the reason that transhumanists want to make everyone notice so they can access the energy that you have, that basically breaks the second law of thermodynamics. And that's what he bases all of his work on. And that's why I was so interested when I heard this woman describing his stuff, because I hadn't heard anyone else talk much about this second law of thermodynamics being broken by humans, aside from in that old book that I used to bring up when I first started doing podcasts with Emily Moyer, called The Animate and Inanimate by William Sidis, where he has like a whole reverse universe in it. And basically it like the way like a mother can pick up a car off an infant, that's like kind of breaking the second law of thermodynamics. It shouldn't happen. Or I think it actually is the only thing that follows the second law of thermodynamics. Everything else sort of breaks it, because you should be able to reverse this sort of unlimited energy. I'd have to pull it up to really explain it the way I want to. But let's just say it's either humans are the only ones who follow it, or it cannot be reversed. And if a law can't be reversed, it's not a law, is what I'm trying to say.
Get them. This
So,
continue, please.
so when like a human reverses that, the argument mainstream physicists have is where's that energy coming from? And I would argue it's coming from like the source of our consciousness or our higher self, or it's coming from the metaphysical realm, as Ken Wheeler would say. And that's what basically the same argument this guy was making, and he was saying that's why, and I agree, that's why they want to entrap the biological vessel in some way, because there's some sort of connection where it's basically they want to use this as a battery. I mean, the Matrix wasn't wrong. There's an unlimited source of power there. And the synthetic is totally cut off from that.
Anyway, no, I'm sorry.
Oh, and I was just saying the synthetic is totally cut off from that. And that also means they don't. But this is where I have a problem with this whole theory too, is like, so his argument is when you're purely synthetic, you have to exist within time. So, but we see this weird phenomenon where things are seemingly bouncing in and out and acting almost like they're operating as like an ultra terrestrial outside of time. So that part I'm still trying to reconcile.
Yeah, synthetic.
But if it's just an illusion that they're operating outside of time, because it's more so they just are able to manipulate fields in a way that makes it seem that way.
Yeah, synthetic, and we started off, I mean, talking about a little bit of NPC stuff. You have a job to do. It's like a clock, one of those really good clocks with cogs and things.
This is what I was saying to you earlier. I want to read Tracy Twyman's Clockwork Shaving soon. I have to get into that because I know there's going to be stuff about this there.
Well, what you're showing here, and I have to say this before I forget. This is so funny, and also this is why you can tell who's who. There's like, a leaked Freemason video of how
this does remind me of that.
Yeah, right. The sun. Oh, like a
the Sirius sun. The third sun, or the real sun.
It comes out from there, and that's where you get the sun and the moon and all that, and it turns and it's like and I'm just like, yo, it's from the Masons, and it's funny because y'all are sharing this like it's some secret thing you're not supposed to know, and it's like, Chris, come on, yo,
yeah, and you don't, and that's why you can't look at this as physical reality. You just have to look at this as like a map of what it's actually saying here.
Flat Earth, basically, in the Freemason way.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to show that this isn't a model of the realm at all. This is like a timeline for. Yeah,
but it's funny how they show it as the lights above our head are projection, like when you were a kid and you buy one of those little. It'd make stars or lights and spin around.
Yeah. Well, they like butcher the holographic theory, sort of.
Yes, yeah, holographic. Yeah, they make like a hologram. They butcher the holographic theory, and that's basically what the visuals is what.
Yeah.
Reminded me of that.
100%.
Masons, the LARPing pretenders of ridiculousness.
100%.
Even though most are just in for business deals and status, and it's like, y'all don't know nothing about none. I don't care about your badges and your degrees. You're like a priest in the
titles.
The Veda con of buying into the bullshit. You're just a useful idiot.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love that? Yeah, I like that. I actually did learn a lot when Reagan was talking about this. I was edified for sure.
Yeah, no, this stuff's the Mobius strip, the torus field.
Math. So it's funny, conical math
it's sort of like he's applying that to consciousness here, and then he's coming up with like a sort of theory, but he doesn't go. He just doesn't. I don't think he lived long enough to really follow through with it.
Yo, can you? What is this? A document? Can you like share this with me on Telegram, yo?
Yeah. This is just a PDF that came with a book that an Audible. I'll share it with you,
bro. You throw in ley lines. I mean, you throw in all the other aspects. It fits in here without trying to. It's not a jigsaw puzzle where you're like trying to make a piece fit. The pieces fit.
You know, it's pretty. It's.
If they don't fit, they don't fit. If they don't sound right, they don't. If they don't smell right, then yeah, that's another thing. But you know.
Then I would say, like, if you have that and you're listening, and look up that woman Danielle Silverman. I could send you one of the videos that I actually listened to that was pretty good. That I was like, okay, now I'm kind of getting where he's coming from here, and it's making a lot of sense to me. There's just some things that I think we can make better.
Yeah. Are we liking the chat in the front of the thing?
Yeah, I don't think that's bad there, especially when we don't have video up.
Where are we at? Oh, okay. Yeah. I think it's cool. And also, I thought about it because our chats, and this is my fault, because I'll play copyrighted stuff. The live chats disappear, and the live chats, you know, tonight I just feel like the vibe in the live chats, people just vibing and chilling, you know,
just chilling.
But you know, in other times, Chris, the chats like send out massive, like, powerful comments of awesomeness. So I figured no matter what, I like the chat on the front of the thing. And
yeah, no, I like it there too.
Dude, and what you were just going, dude, you crushed right now, brother.
And I didn't crush at all. I need to look at this stuff more. Like, I just started thinking about it like 2 nights ago, and then I barely have looked at it since. That's why I'm like, I could barely even remember half the things I was thinking about.
Yo, check this out. This is the weather for tomorrow. I'm around here, and we're supposed to get snow.
Did you already get a lot of snow?
No, zero.
Zero? Yeah.
So let me see the temps. Guys, if you really want to know about the weather, I don't know if you guys can see, go to ventusky.com. VENTU sky.com. And you can look at heights of waves around the world. You're your own meteorologist. Like, you don't need meteorologists or whatever. So this is what's going on here. I mean, I don't know, wind speeds. Let's see what it says. Around me, it's not too bad. 10 to 15-ish. What's going on here? You know, you have talking about cycles. This is this looks like that Morbius.
No, I mean, everything seems like it's cyclonic.
Yeah, dude. So anyway, that's how I look at the weather, and check it out. But this is what's going on. Zero snow where I'm at, and then if we do get snow, it's like it's an emergency event. But I just had to check out the weather, dude. Sorry, not trying to check out the weather.
No, you're good. You're good.
Dude, what else you got on that, man? What else you got, dude?
Dude, right now,
black.
I don't really have much else right now on that. Because I keep getting sidetracked into other things, but I think they connect, and I'm like, I need to just start writing shit down. I'm taking notes now, like actually saving links instead of just relying on my. I have a good memory, but after a while, it's like, Jesus Christ, man, this isn't even like work. This is just something you do for fun. You need to actually put some notes down so you can remember.
Yeah, what I do, not 100%, but what I do pretty good, it's just on my cell phone. I'll have like a notes thing, and I'll know from the last. I'll go by the date. Like, all right, so like, what's today? Like, starting tomorrow, any of my notes I'll refer to. So if I see something cool or I think something cool, I'll jot it down real fast, or I'll copy a link and go. And if I have the time, I'll put mark 2 minutes and 45 seconds. That way I don't have to spend as much time sifting through the message that I was trying to present.
Yeah,
around 1 minute 25 seconds, give or take. It's going to be give or take 10 seconds, but that helps me. So I just jot it down there, and I used to keep a notepad with ink pen, but I don't do that anymore. So I'll do that, and then yeah, that helps. That's not 100%, but it catches about 40% of the dope ass data taken in and deciphered.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that.
It helps. Again, you're not going to capture 100% of your brilliance, but you will capture, enough, but more than what you would have before.
Yeah.
So, let me play this real fast, man. Dude, I think we're crushing right now.
I agree.
I don't know why we're not more popular, dude. How do I expand this? I wanted to expand it. Oh, what if I do this? I do that, put that down, and then do this. And I don't even put up. Yeah, we'll just do this. All right, here we go.
Go out where?
I don't know, to a bar or something?
Dude, it's 9 o'clock. Are you insane?
Okay, well, you never come out, so maybe we should do it just this once.
Are you driving?
Sure.
What's the parking situation like?
All right, boys' night. Are you ready? Just letting you know I have to be home by midnight, okay? I need my 8 hours.
Are you having fun? What? Are you having fun? What?
Hi, can I get a vodka soda?
Okay, that'll be $20.
No, it's not. I'm not getting around. It's just one drink.
Yeah, your one drink is $20.
Really?
Oh, we should do karaoke.
No. I want to go home. All right, I'm going to bed.
Oh, why?
I gotta be up in 2 hours, okay? You understand that? Jesus.
Well, I had fun.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, you did? You, dude.
Oh, it's Friday.
Yo, that checks all the boxes for me. I'm on board with that.
Yeah, I'm 100%.
I need more details. You know what's cool is like, and as 2026, I know there is. I like going to stand-up comedy. Like I'm gonna do Grown Up at night.
Yeah, it's fun.
I go to stand-up comedy, and I'll go to an early show, not crazy early, but if it's like 8:39, I'm out of there by 10:30.
I think that's proper time.
And I'm good. And it's funny because most comedians would be like, all right, y'all look around the crowd. Some of y'all, this is the highlight of your evening and the end of it. And to others, the younger cats, this is just an appetizer. They're going to go rage. I'm like,
I don't got that in me anymore.
That checks out. Dude, I got nothing left. I got history stuff, but Jerusalem and the invasion of Jerusalem in America, the different, this is all, alternative history stuff. I got some of that, but like that's sometimes it's a beautiful info, but it's like to me it feels like starts to feel like school, like you're in class.
We could say that for next time because there's some stuff that was coming up in the Baphomet Tracy Twyman work that relates to Jerusalem and what's underneath, like the Dome of the Rock, apparently, and apparently how it's modeled after a different Dome of the Rock, which I would probably say is in a different location.
I think it is. I think everything has been fudged around. They like. I don't know. If you're like a DJ on like vinyl record, it's like they flip the record. It's like a DJ is looking down at a record from on top, and spinning in a certain direction. I feel like these cats cut that in half, and it's like they inverted it to where you're now underneath the record and looking up at it. And I think it goes as deep as that, to where the inversion is deep enough to where they will take fake or you know, they'll take the name of a place, the style of a place, and relocate it and then destroy it in that one place and pump it in this other spot. And it's like, yeah, but it doesn't check out. And why would they do that? Why would they go through so much trouble, right? It's to control the herd's mind and minds or mind.
Exactly.
And that's no far-fetched theory. And that is, we all know what I'm saying, what I just said, you know.
Yep.
So
No, I agree.
It's like as contested as Hey Ru, you know, Hey Ru Salam. And all the various names that go along with it. I mean, gosh, I've had so much amazing decoder type data, both my own and both from others, and going just from an etymology aspect alone, and then maps, and then, you know, chronicles that Jerusalem is a loaded word, and it ain't what it is now, like where it's at now. It's kind of like Alexandria, or, you know, there's names they've tried to replicate. These cats are mimics. And there was a war, a realm-wide war, and there's a realm-wide leadership now. There's always been, as far back as I can figure out, logically,
You got Salem. You got Salem in that word too. Remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah. But
they're all the witches.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple ways to feng shui the wordology. But then I would correlate with that with other data, you know, because we know they lie about the time. But my point of all that was Jerusalem ain't what they say it is. I mean, Syria and Damascus and all that, dude. Dead Sea Scrolls, man. I mean, talk about, that's like that's like a Somalian in Minnesota showing me their paperwork. You know what I mean? They wrote it down on a napkin and be like, "No, I'm legit." I'm like, "For real?" That's what it reminds me of, you know. So
there was actually something that came up at the end of the Baphomet Tracy Twyman book on the etymology of Jerusalem, that if I could find it real quick, I'll bring it up before we end, because it ties into what you're saying, and I thought it was interesting because I hadn't heard it. This version of what Jerusalem might mean before.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot. We could definitely collect some good notes on it, but should go. But I'm just saying, like, Christopher Columbus and all the wordology that goes along with that. And we all know, just breaking down Christopher Columbus will reveal to you a lot of info just based on the naming alone, right?
Exactly.
So inversion, after you get there, now what you think you figured out, beautiful thing. Now invert that 180 degrees. Mm-hmm. And now you're on to something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't even know if I could find them. So I was trying to even look for what the hell she had found with her co-writer in this.
All right. Well, let me play this then. I feel like...
Yeah, play that.
And I've talked about all these words for Genghis Khan and stuff. They are...
Look out for Preston John, 85, Lego. Check it. At the same time, he's...
Okay, got to cut in. Cuba is perhaps... Open your minds. Give me a second, folks, before you reject what I'm going to say. Just let this simmer, and then we'll come back and, share. But Cuba, the island of Cuba. What if Sapanga, Japan? The name of Japan before it was called Japan was Sapanga. They spell it with a C because they want to hijack the message. They want to hide. It's a psyop. Just putting a C in a place. It's like, nah, put a K there. And then invert the syllables. The ba and the ka. But also you have Japan down in Panama, and perhaps the whole inversion thing is Cuba is actually what one would, in their mind, think of as Japan in reference to this historic, when they give you mainstream historic, things, info, movies, shows, talking points, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if? And I'm not even sold on this yet, but I'm starting. If I was a betting man, I'm starting to slide my chips to Cuba might be considered Japan, under the guise with the connection of look up Sapanga, right? C-I.
Could be.
I-N,
Could be.
Or P-A-N, yeah. So, and that shows them. So I'm just throwing this out there. Now, what does that mean? For me, that means, okay, now we're inverting the map and the direction and when I read past histories, now the stories are, the past stories are now becoming, okay, I can see them in a different, like more valuable, true, whatever, data or whatever, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to continue with this for a second?
Want to play a clip?
Say what? Say that again?
You said you want to play the clip?
Yeah, should I keep playing this clip? Is this good?
Yeah, play it.
All right, I'll give it another minute.
I'm gonna see if I can find this. I'm still looking to see if I can find this thing.
All right.
Which I probably won't be able to.
I feel like we need to watch this like on our own.
Yeah.
Live it out to like an audio book or something. But here we go. I'll give it another minute. Anyway. Yeah.
Equally anxious to reach the mainland of China, he is determined to deliver the letters of the Catholic kings to the Grand Khan. Khan. Come on, man.
Oh, dude, this person, Wonder Wild Treehouse Pirates. That might be my favorite. Let me write that down. That's probably one of my favorite names on TRE yet. She just, if this is a she, just beat out when we was Vikings or whatever. We was Vikings. I think this is the new winner of the greatest name ever, Wonder Wild Treasure House Pirates. Now, Chris, they say pre-invite podcast friends to call in live. We could do that. I mean, that's not something weird, right? We do that to our friends.
Yeah, we could.
Do you mean like a call-in show or something?
I think that's what she's talking about.
Dude, the Ronin experience, we've been known to throw out the public, join whoever. We're all friends here. This is all family. In fact, you can join anytime you want. Anytime you want. You sound cool. So, you know what I mean? I don't think you're an agent or an op because otherwise agents and ops try and instead will try and present wedges and discord, division and things, right? And they want you to do I've heard others say like they want you to do all the work. I can't search things or whatever. But no one here, I don't think or is that an insult, Chris? We haven't gotten any bots or ops or agents in here. Everyone in here checks out. I
think we've been. No, we had to ban someone. I feel like the other day, not ban them, just I don't remember if you had to ban them or what.
I don't think I've ever banned anyone.
I don't think you banned them. I think you might have to put them in timeout or just told them to go away and they left.
Maybe.
Take a look at this quote that I just found.
Also, I think I banned one or two heads, but that was like not even an unknown thing that would be like, yo, I don't like this person. They don't like me. Beat it. You know, but that's so super rare. Oh, what is this?
You see what I just sent you?
Oh my gosh, hold on, Chris. Yo. Yeah, and you know what, man? Can I show your comment? Can you put the same comment you did in the private? Can you put it in the public? And
So
that way I can...
that's just something I just copied and pasted from the end of the Baphomet book by Tracy Twyman. Just in the whole section, where she's talking about Jerusalem and the Dome of the Rock, there's a sentence about the Javanese temple of Borobudur. And I'm like, Japanese, this is what... And it's all talking about Mecca and the cube. And you were just talking about Cuba being Japan, so...
That's also where Kabbalah comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Ka and the Ba. It's called Cuba.
Yep.
Kaaba.
Well, because they start their argument here, I know they start getting into how the Sufi start claiming that.
And you know I'm a Sufi nerd, yo. You know I like that Sufi. You know, don't get me started, Chris. You know I like that. I find it a valuable ingredient to, you know, what's going on here. You know what I mean? Oh, and so Puerto Rico, right? If any Puerto Ricans out there can help me out, this is Boricua, right? You call Puerto Rican women, right? Boricua.
Mm-hmm.
And that's based on the name it had before being called the rich port, right? It was like Boria or something like that. I can't, you know, if someone wants to look that up and check my math, it checks out. I'm not making this up. It's like mainstream info also. So Boricua reminds me of Puerto Rico. And the Havana. Is that a stretch, Chris? Havana, Cuba?
I don't think so. I don't think
J, right? Is a ha.
Yeah.
Instead of a ja, it's a ha.
Exactly.
So there's, hey man, we're just trying to connect some dots and see if they fit, you know. Yeah, so I just on the etymology it checked out with me.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting because I didn't even see that earlier. I was just going down further.
So so circle back, Chris. This is where I started, I think. And this is where I started the show, where it's like the how do you say, when you're trying to decipher what happened previously, it's not so easy. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
It's wilder than what you could thought was so super wild. It's like that wild and then some. And also, I want to reiterate, not that long ago.
Yep.
And I can attest, wherever I go, I talk to people and I learn the migrations of people by myself. I'm my own journalist. I'm a journalist of a publication of one, me. You know, I'm a spy for my, you know, thing. Who am I spying for? Me. You know what I mean? So when I go around, I see migration. So that tells me populations have changed, have changed dramatically in a very short amount of time.
Yeah.
So you can fudge the numbers and make people think what was going on is different than what it is, or what was, I should say.
And just was talking about this. What's his name? Michael Tazarian from Unslaved. He was like saying how a lot of people, especially alternative history type people, want to talk about, like, they stay in kind of the AD realm. They don't go BC because they really don't want to look at like east to west or west to east migration. I mean, like, everyone wants it to stay on that east to the west. The Western world, they don't want to look at it the other way around, and that's really where you're going to wind up going.
Yeah, the century, one century in the past creates more hippoized to me. So if someone's talking to me about 8,000 years ago, I'm like, beat it. You know what I mean? Because you have no idea. these people will date location. This was 2000. This is 2,800 years ago. And I'm like, no, it wasn't. This was like 300 years ago. You know what I mean?
Well, I guess I should rephrase what he was saying then more. So they want to stay towards the more recent past because the further back you go, you're going to find like an opposite migration of populations.
Dude, I don't know. Should I hold on? How do I take this comment? The name is interesting, but also the comment is dopeness all the way. Dopenicity all the way. Sojournalist. I'll write that down. But also the name is interesting. Do we got a new bot? Did we summon the bots? Or is it
the gang stalking Gestapo?
Did we summon like the real bots? They're like, oh, you calling us out, dog? Cool story. Get them. Gang stalking Gestapo shows up and goes, we're I'm gonna observe for now. We're gonna shut this down at some point. Y'all are talking too freely. You know what I mean? Write down all your numbers. They also may be so cool. They were like, dude, I'm gonna make the craziest name, and also because I'm actually not an op, but I'm cool.
I'm sure they're cool.
Cool and confident. Yeah, I feel like we never attract anyone that's not cool. You cool, dog? A gang stalking Gestapo. You cool, bro? I mean, you said highway, which you're already winning in my favor, so you already know. I'm gonna automatically think you're cool, dude. What are we talking about, Chris? Men in Black?
That's all I got right now.
Me too, but oh, dude, a super dope show. Here we go. TV show talk.
What's his name? Yeah, this is John Keel. This is
it good?
It's interesting. I mean,
watched like a minute of it, but like,
I mean, it takes him a while to get into anything. Basically, I could sum up the majority of it. It's like talking about how there is an interesting little bit in the beginning. Maybe you might be able to play a few minutes of it without getting popped.
Man, why is the Ronin experience, man? We're always getting like, I can't play anyone's stuff. I get copyrighted all the time.
Yeah, and I have no idea if this guy will copyright you or not.
All right, well, do you want to watch it? All right.
You could play a few minutes if you want.
I may be in the wrong room because the speech I prepared tonight is titled Quantum Mechanics Synchronized with Electromagnetic Spectrum.
Chris, can you again set this up? What are we listening to? I forgot.
This is John Keel talking about. I mean, he starts getting in to where his reporting brought him, like what he was seeing pattern wise. People were saying about men in black they were being visited by, and it kind of seems like they were all described as Oriental looking. And then he starts getting into some sort of mythology of the underworld and.
Men in Black was a documentary. Men in Black.
Shaver's Mystery.
Bro, bro. There's other humanoids out here.
Yeah. He gets into a little bit of that. There's some better stuff in the beginning.
All right. So we'll give it
Give him a few minutes, maybe. He might. The thing is, I don't know how long he rambles for because he does that. It's an older.
Yeah, so I have not listened to this, so
I can't even remember how long he went on for in the beginning before he started getting interesting. So it might be to where we just have to stop it, but let's see.
All right, and then trust us, folks. Trust us. We're gonna take you to a whole nother cool path. Let's see what happens. I'm in.
As anticipated by the theory of relativity. And you have me talking about the men in black, See, already you're not taking me seriously. The men in black really are not anything new. Can you hear me in the back? Because I may fade away here. There are many references in the Bible which could be interpreted as men in black type incidents because although they're called angels, they're usually we're in threes, as our modern men in black are. They travel in
I just gotta chime in. There are ideas out there with data to back it up that people like Saul, what in his those scripts, those manuals of Saul to Paul. Saul may have been, if that's a real thing, a Men in Black type situation.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's taken out. He was a Pharisee, which you could take F's to P's. He was he could have been parasited, whether in real life or it just ideologically. And that it didn't happen in the area that your brain scaffolding puts it on. It could happen in another part of land in the realm. So there's a lot in, it's like it would blow your mind if you haven't already looked into it, though. And I know there's a lot of decodes on Saul and Paul and all that. I'm talking about, think of all the decodes you've heard and add a whole nother one to it. And I'll share the data. I just, but there's a lot going on with that Saul, Paul, and that Pharisee. And it reminds me of the Men in Black.
Yeah.
Just in lighter feng shui of the info, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll keep going. Anyway, if you think that's a stretch, and if you think that's reaching, you're not wrong, or you're not right. I'm just seeing what sticks out there, or what fits, I should say.
Trees, and they got into all sorts of mischief. You remember the three men who went to Sodom and Gomorrah and warned the innocent people, the few innocent people there. Today that would be interpreted as a Men in Black incident, because the Men in Black is a generic term. It doesn't cover just the Men in Black in black Cadillacs who arrive at the scene of UFO incidents. As I'll describe to you later, there are all kinds of Men in Black. They're mystery men, and we don't know who they are, where they come from, or who's supporting them. And some of these people apparently have a lot of logistical support and financial support that's very mysterious. In the Orient, for thousands of years, there's been a legend called, is this mic that sensitive? Is this showing up on the tape too, everything?
So, Chris,
I love how it's such an old thing that he's trying to make sure he's being recorded right when he's about to get into his point. Cuts himself off.
What does that tell us? Vanity, or he's just being?
Well, it's just just being careful with what he's, because it's such a old tape of him.
Yeah.
You could hear it in the way he even speaks. He has that RP sort of a standard radio type voice, even that they used to have back in the day.
Yeah, man, I forgot what I was gonna say, bro. Shoot. It was gonna be relevant to what he was saying. Darn it.
But he was about to get into that underworld thing, I think, that kind of with the Orient.
The Orient, boom. All right, Chris, bam, thank you. It came back.
I knew that's what you were doing.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna start this where Chris has heard this multiple times. And it's relevant to what I was trying to gearing us towards earlier, and all the Mobius strip. It all connects. That Oregon, Ori, origin, the jinn, the origin, the beginning, you're the jinn, you're the origin, and all that talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's valid when I hear the Orient. You break it up syllable by syllable by syllable. And don't get thrown off by the spelling. It's just a diversion tactic. And once you see it, it's so funny. It's like, oh man, but how does that work? It works. It just does. It just does. I don't know what to tell you. But for those that it doesn't work on, it's like, okay, boom, I see you. And it's like a little encryption, decryption thing, changing, but you go by syllables, right? And that's why we talk about bird language and stuff, because it's how it is. And Yeah, so Ori. And then Ent is a whole other thing. That's where you get even like End and things. That's where you get End, the Andrews, the Andrews, you know, there's a connection there. Because the realm is like that CD player.
I know.
It's like that CD player. That's where you live, y'all. Did you all know that? And if where the sun don't shine, it's cold. That heat lamp, you're in a freaking terrarium, lizard terrarium, y'all. Now, are there other puddles? Are there other suns and make other puddles? I don't know, but I'm open to the conversation. But I don't know anyone that knows. That you're either within the arc or outside the arc, and that's the way I see it, like a CD. And so within this, you know, heat lamp and nightlight, you know, the nightlight, we're going into a full moon soon. So I got my nightlight and my daylight. That's what the realm's made up of, yo. When you boil it down.
Yeah, buddy.
Day and night. Now, we've got, you know, Chris, I also love the idea where you go down to other realms because they're trying to crash the pillars of this realm, right? Because they can't go through. They can't. They're not light. They're burdened, so they can't go through or whatever. I don't know. They're trying to just do I mean, I don't know. What's it like to, Chris, if you were to live for a very, very long time and have the same memories?
I don't know, man.
It'd be tough after a while. Sounds cool for a minute.
Be a Highlander at that point.
Yeah. Then you start seeing people pass away. You have connections, and at some point you go, "Oh, I've done it all."
I'd be like, take my head off, man.
Then you get, what was that, Loki, where they were doing the time pruning?
What is it called again?
Loki, right?
The time TTA or something like that.
TVA. Which stands for what does that stand for?
Something variance association or something like time variance association. Maybe.
Variance association.
Yeah. Something like that.
Sounds legit.
Or authority. One of the two.
Yeah, authority. Because they're chopping down realities. They're pruning out realities. Be the anomaly, folks. Be the anomaly. You got to be a programmer to do so, though. Let's keep this going, man.
Yeah.
I need this to hold myself up. In the Orient, for thousands of years, they've had a legend called the King of the World, and it's surprising how many people believe in this. And in the 20s and the 30s, various explorers who were traveling through the Himalayas and India and Mongolia, outer Mongolia, they all heard these legends, and there were a lot of books in the 20s and 30s that mentioned the King of the World. He's right behind me now, rewinding. The King of the World supposedly lives in an underground city. And we've all heard about underground cities. Well, somewhere in the reaches of outer Mongolia, there's supposed to be an underground city where the King of the World resides, and he sends out his agents to control the world, this world, and these agents are men in black. They're Orientals. They look Oriental. They're dressed in black garments, and they supposedly travel all over the world. And these legends are very extensive, and they've been going on for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So half the world believes that the men in black are from the underground, from the Agartha. You've heard
I agree with
probably.
that.
There have been various books on it.
That's how you have hive minds. They know how to
signal,
hijack signals.
In the 1940s, a man named Richard Shaver sort of revived it and gave it an American twist with his Shaver Mystery, which was about underground cities populated by detrimental robots or Duros who controlled everything on the surface with their mysterious rays. And the Shaver Mystery, today it's almost forgotten, but it dominated the UFO field for the first 5 or 6 years. From 1947 to 1955, the shaver mystery was the number one explanation for everything that was going on.
I'm starting to zone out.
There's your clockwork shavings. But yeah, no, I mean, then that was basically just getting into the shaver mystery, which I didn't even really know. I had to look that up when you said that. It was just like an idea that there are these robotic humanoids underground that would sometimes, there were two various types that would either help or hurt mankind via frequency and mind control type things.
Totally.
So, but I just thought that was interesting, the connection between the Orient King of the World. I mean, I've heard this Orient and Men in Black type thing before, and you see it in cases of abduction stories that people tell sometimes, especially older ones, where they say when they're not getting abducted by something like a gray, they usually say it's a Oriental, if it's not a mantis or a gray or one of the more typical things nowadays.
And we've talked about there are things that happen where trophies are taken. And then you ask yourself about just the big examples under Paris, the catacombs. You throw that 6 million number out there. And they go 6 million people in the catacombs, and they have their stacks of skulls. You know, like someone like moved bones around. It was not just like boom. And so where's that? There's secrets down there. There's you know what I mean? So that was a thing.
Yeah. And now we're seeing a lot of it in
who was doing that?
In South America is where we're probably going to find a lot of those answers from all the more modern stuff that's going on in Brazil, Peru, once we get into that stuff a little more.
These population resets come in, and you go, oh, well, that catacombs in their Peru, Paradiso, Perry's everywhere, Paris. I don't think those catacombs are that old. I think like 300 or 400 years old, maybe 500 years old tops.
Yeah,
but that's not so extended as like in the timeline that they've provided. You're on the clock. You're on the clock. I don't like being on the clock.
Exactly.
Chris, we're getting amazing feedback from the people out here. Let me see what's going on here. This cat. We got the dopest. This is the dopest vibe out here on the internet. Excellent transmission. I'm honestly surprised no one's here. Yeah. Yeah. Chris.
Yeah. But this channel, Ronin's channel, shadow ban. Pretty hard.
I feel like definitely, dude, into the shadow realm, which I don't mind the shadow realm. I'm not adverse to it. But yeah, you got early access, man. Nothing but upside from here, B. And this is the dopest show on the internet. And Chris, Tommy likes it. Great show. And I trust her judgment. I trust her opinion. That's like
it's high praise.
Like a 5 chakra review.
We appreciate that.
To the 1618 on that. So let's get out of here, dude.
Yeah, let's go out on top.
Go out. Go out while we're winning. Why? Because we keep talking. Oh, dude.
Well, we hit the 2-hour mark anyways. You never want to go past that. Every time we go past that, we start getting into...
Start unraveling. I start unraveling.
We're getting delusional.
Yes. Oh, man. That's what happened with Benjamin when he came on.
Oh, Ben can go, man. He can go all night. He'll just keep talking. He loves it.
There was a 2-hour period where I literally do not recall anything that I said.
But he's fun to talk to, man. That's why it's easy to talk. It's like he can keep you interested in shit forever.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's like, I don't remember what I said, but I know I talked a lot, and that's always
dangerous. He had a really good time. I remember. He was saying,
all right, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Check out Benjamin Barterson, y'all.
Very cool cat.
Yeah. All right. I have a song. It's fun. It's a new one. You guys haven't heard this song, but it is hippity hoppity, but it is, conscious. It's funny. Everything is a genre label. a parameter, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to label this.
Us? How would you label?
Not us. I mean, I'm talking about the music. You know, you could just.
There's no genre.
It's just Trey.
Oh, I wish I had a Oh, I should have shared this clip earlier. It was for fun. It was they were recording a sign of a kid who graduated, and that person's name was like DEA apostrophe the number 3 Varion. And eventually the cat's recording landed on the Treviarion.
Okay.
Because they
yeah.
gave him a 3 for part of his name. And I just thought Trey. Because I was like, yo. And I consider that a sync.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
I'm the one keeping score. So
that's all that counts in the end, man.
All right, Chris. This is where I'm talking too much.
I know. We gotta go. We have to leave.
Anything else, Doug?
That's all I got. That's all I got.
Did you have fun?
Good time. Always.
Did we
appreciate you? We crushed.
Did we level up, rise the tide?
I think we did.
Sweet.
I think we did. I appreciate you, brother.
So much love and gratitude.
Appreciate everyone.
Yeah, you guys are amazing. We'll be back. And this is a complex and beautiful realm. We got this. Music, be quiet. Bye, stop talking. Chris, you're the best.
You too, brother.
Yeah, we're out here. Love, peace, harmony. Yeah.
Humankind cannot gain anything without first giving something in return. To obtain something of equal value must be lost. That is alchemy's first law of the equivalent exchange.
Energy cannot be destroyed or created, but shift its frequencies and it's transmutated. We can rearrange the matter of this matrix. This is the art of alchemical transformation. I break down of meditation and I feel my frequencies as raised on. My energy is feeling amazing, so I channel it into a creation. Lyrical alchemical transmutation, turning every beat to an inspiration. Knowledge of the Freemasons and the ancients coded in these vibrations. Alchemy is not just about turning metals to gold. It's about the process of liberating the soul. I know I must let go of the materials to let my spirit grow. Transcendent life like soul. As above, so below, thus I report I shall plan and good seeds to grow. And I will see I'm flourish, cause the channel of my energy is so focused. And I'm using it to put all my dreams in motion. Finding balance within the commotion, more calmly decoding alchemical quotients. Making herbal potions to heal all the bullshit. This world is in need of some help, so I'm coaching. Where attention goes, energy flows. Increase perspective, see the road. Go deep within and then you'll know we are the philosopher's stones. Energy cannot be destroyed or created, but shift its frequencies and it's transmutated. We can rearrange the matter of this matrix. This is the art of alchemical transformation.
The world flows by following grander laws we can't even imagine. To recognize that flow and work within it, to decompose and recreate. That is alchemy.
Stuck in the matrix, feel like you trapped in a picture. This that alchemical mixture, that LSD, my elixir. Stir it round and round, that Fibonacci gon' twist her. In 194, Red Queen call me White Crystal Wizard. I am the antidote, baby, love is the potion. Energy in motion is what we call emotion. Diving down the rabbit hole of this alchemical ocean. I don't need a boom, I meditate and start floating. Alchemical transformation is the art of creation. Mastering the 5 elements of manifestation. I am the ether projecting the features of multidimensional creatures. Don't forget, we all students and we all teachers.
Hey, Jericho's wild and expose the illusion. Yeah.
Energy cannot be destroyed or created, but shift its frequencies and it's transmutated. We can rearrange the matter of this matrix. This is the art of alchemical transformation.